Welcome to LIT112 Critical Contexts. This video will provide you with more information about the module structure and the different types of reading you will encounter. There are three types of core reading: the Bennett and Royle set text, essays, chapters and lectures by key theorists and thinkers, and a range of literary texts such as poems and short stories. Your set text for this module is Andrew Bennett and Nicholas Royle's Introduction to Literature, Criticism and Theory. In most weeks, there will be a cluster of chapters from this book to read. These chapters are short and provocative. They introduce a particular school of critical thought, or they present a particular literary problem. These chapters are designed to leave you with questions that you can discuss further in your seminars. If you would like to purchase a copy of this book, the most up-to-date version is the 4th edition. Multiple copies are also available in the library. The library subscribes to an e-book of the 3rd edition of Bennett and Royle. All set chapters for the module can be accessed here too. Some weeks you will be asked to supplement your reading of Bennett and Royle with essays by key theorists and thinkers such as Susan Sontag and Roland Barthes, pictured here. Links to these readings will be available on Mole and will take the form of web resources, online journal articles, e-offprints and chapters from e-books. The work of theorists can be challenging, and these readings are designed to stretch you. Some weeks you will also be asked to apply the questions raised by Bennett and Royle and your reading of theory to a range of literary texts. These will be selected by your seminar tutor, and you will be provided with more details in class. Teaching on the module takes the form of 2 weekly lectures and 1 weekly seminar. You should have already signed up for your seminar on Mole, and this is also where you will find lecture times and locations. The module itself is divided into 5 blocks, each lasting between 2 and 3 weeks. These are the Institution of English and the Canon, Authors, Critics and Texts, the Importance of Genre, Identities and History. Within each block you will read relevant theoretical and critical materials, and then you will apply these insights to a range of literary texts. The first block asks what we mean by literature, the literary and art, what counts and what doesn't, what is included in the canon of classic works and what is excluded and why. To what extent is the resulting institution of literature, the bookshops and prizes, the university courses, the film and TV adaptations, to what extent are these ideological, and why should we study literature anyway? In the second block we move on to consider what exactly it is we do when we read a text. What is the role and responsibility of the reader, of the author, and of the critic? How should we read? And who controls the meaning we derive from a text? The third block puts genre under the microscope. What is the impact of labelling and categorising texts? Why do we do it? And what impact does it have, and what purpose does it serve? And where do genres come from, and how do they change and develop over time? And to what extent do acts of adaptation and appropriation reveal the shaping power and limits imposed by genre? In Block 4, ourselves become the subject of study, and we ask what role does literature and culture play in the formation of our identities? Are we disciplined by literature? Does it tell us how to think and behave appropriately? Or does literature provide a space for resistance? Does it highlight and expose the many ways in which we are subject to social and cultural expectations? In this block, we will pay particular attention to representations of gender, sexuality, race and class, to the way these have been theorised and how they intersect. Our final block considers the relationship between literature and history. To what extent are literary texts pieces of evidence? What can they tell us about their particular moment in history? And to what extent is history actually textual and literary? Is the discipline merely a form of storytelling about the past, in which different narratives compete for dominance? And in our heavily mediated world of the internet and 24-hour television, do we even believe in historical storytelling anymore? Does our hyper-real present spell the end for history?